Disclaimer, this video is intended to give you a shared experience on my first experience of living in a Padsplit. Information in this video is been said from roommates of them sharing their information with me, so let's jump into the video. Now, welcome back. This is part 2 of the Padsplit review. You know, it's probably gonna be a part 3 too as well. But before we jump into the actual video, if you are new to the channel, JSS Dreams, welcome. Come on in and comment below. You know, it don't hurt to put your thoughts and comments down there, because I like to read them. You know, just to see what y'all thoughts on some things. But before we get started in the actual video, I'm gonna give you a little tour of the actual house. It's a 9-bedroom house with 3 bathrooms. Really 2 bathrooms, but the 3rd bathroom is inside of another room that they have of their own. So you can originally just go ahead and say that it's only 2 bathrooms within the house out of a 9-bedroom. But check out the video with the tour of the house. And when you check out the video, make sure you let me know your thoughts on the actual tour of the house. Now that you done seen the tour of the house, let's jump into these pros or these cons. And boy, when I tell you, it's something. But make sure you watch this video all the way to the end. You know, you like, you comment, and you subscribe. And let's get those views up, you know? It's not gonna hurt you to watch this video all the way to the end. It's gonna really help you out if you need to move into a Padsplit of your own. But let's jump into these cons right quick. Okay. So, with the first con that you have is you're living with total strangers. But like I previously stated in the video that I previously just had for part 1, if you haven't seen that video, make sure you check it out. Watch that video all the way to the end. But you're living with strangers, people that you pretty much don't know. Just like as if you went to your job, you work with strangers, and you do customer service with strangers that come to the job, which is, I wouldn't necessarily say there's nothing wrong with when you're doing it at the job, but as far as when you're living with other people, boy, it's something else. Number 2, living with people that have federal records or criminal records. That's a big one right there, especially if you're a person like myself who doesn't have any of that going on. You have a clean record, you know, and you're living with people who have records. Man, it's like you gotta watch what goes on at all times of the day, like an old person. Like Miss Bonita, that's just looking out her window, watching people. And now the third one, living with people, like I said, the actual people who have criminal and federal records, using fake profiles or using someone else's picture that's not identified by themselves. And name at that too, to move in the Padsplit. Even though I know, like I said, and what I stated in my previously video, part 1, that it's times it's hard out here. I get that. I get that. Times it's hard, but for you to have to be doing all that in order to live somewhere with someone else illegally, you know, you're doing something illegal, because they do background checks and they take pictures of your ID. So why would you have to do all that in order just to live in Padsplit? To create fake profiles and fake pictures in order to live, when you could just move back in with your parents, even though it might not be your goal. The reason why I left from living with my parents, it's not one of the goals. But we're gonna jump into number 4. My bad out there, y'all. Shoot, it's a lot. It's a lot on here, and it's a lot. All right. We're going to jump into number 4. Living with people that's breaking inside of vacant rooms that they supposed to be selling as part of the Padsplit. Like I said, it's a total of 9 bedrooms that I'm staying in. And we have people who's, well, let's say we have the roommates that's actually breaking inside vacant rooms in order to move their little friend inside of the rooms. Now all the rooms when you get inside of Padsplit, they all have locks on them. You get your own code, to the front door, almost like a key to the front door in order to come in, come out. Same thing as far as with your room. You get your own key, which is a code, in order to get inside your room without having it being broken into. I guess you can say that's a good thing, but like I said, it really ain't a good thing if people are breaking inside vacant rooms that the owner of the Padsplit is supposed to be selling. Your safety is not safe. I will tell you that. Boy. Number 5. Other strangers or random people staying in vacant rooms, that's what we pretty much is, I won't say cover, but, and they're not even on the actual lease. Like, as far as with Padsplit, they let you know who's moving in, who's moving out, what their name is, who to actually look for as far as the profile, facial. You get all of that when someone moves in that's new. You get information about, not all the information, but you get enough information to know, hey, such and such, we're just gonna give a name. You have Edward getting ready to move in, and he will be staying in room number 4. Or you get Jonathan, he's getting ready to move in on March the 8th, and he's getting ready to stay in room number 3. You get that information, which is very excellent, because like I said, you'll know who's coming in as far as your next roommate. But what boggles me, like I said, you have your actual roommates that's staying there currently with you, that's breaking inside of vacant rooms and moving their little buddies or their friends or whoever you want to call them inside of the rooms, and you don't know what's going on. So your safety is in danger. It's already bad enough, like I said. You're living with people who have federal records or criminal records, and if you don't have any of that, it could be an issue, because if you end up getting into with somebody, or just, well, always just necessarily getting into, but if something goes down within the house, you can be involved with it to the point where it messes a clean person like myself or anybody else that's getting ready to move into a Padsplit that is clean. Get something on your record for something that you didn't even do. But we're going to continue to move on, even though I can dwell on that for a good little minute. Now, like when I first moved into the Padsplit, it was kind of, what I say, it was, people, I'm just keep it real. Shit, that's what I'm gonna do. Keep it real. The place was It was messy. It was dishes in the sink, the floors of the actual spot was all messy or had food or crumbs and stuff. Like, goodness gracious, if you're a clean person such as myself, a clean person or a neat freak or anal person about cleanliness, you'd be like, well, what's going on in here? Is not people taking in consideration to clean up after themselves? Like, it does not take more than 2, maybe 5 or 6 or 7 seconds to clean up the mess that you messed up. Or while you is doing whatever it is you're doing, like as far as cooking and all that good stuff, because you do get a stove and you get 2 refrigerators. But we'll jump into that a little further on. If you're not cleaning up after yourself, there shouldn't be no reason why you're leaving your food out in the open to create gnats, flies to come, bugs as far as roaches to come live inside the house, because you're not being clean or being considered that you're not the only one that lives in this spot, which is very crazy. Now we're going to jump into the con of number 6. Roommates not cleaning up after themselves when they use anything inside the house. Like, that was the male people. Shoot. All right. Now all that done went out the way. Anything in the house, like the stove, the toilet, the actual bathroom itself, or the actual shower, or even the floors that's out there, or even if you made a spill or oops in the refrigerator, clean up after yourself. You is a grown adult that's acting like a child and not cleaning up after yourself from the mess that you made, as if someone else, like another roommate, supposed to be cleaning up after you. And ain't nobody getting paid at all to do that. Everybody pays their rent. Now that's a whole another thing too, before I get into number 7. Everyone pays their own rent. You can pay your rent online, actual website, or you can actually utilize their app that they have for a good inconvenience for you, to make it convenient for you, so you don't have to be worrying about, oh, I need to go to such and such, or go to the actual owner of the Padsplit and give them my funds for the rent. But a lot of the people, I'm gonna insert that of what's going on in this little part right here. Check it out. That people have stopped paying their rent. Now, I know you probably seen all where it showed where they was paying rent at one point in time, then they just stopped. And stated that from the actual website and the app that they was moving out. And have not even moved out yet. So I know in your mind, you like, well, damn. Is the owner gonna say anything? And then when you tend to let the owner know, the owner still don't even do anything. So what the fuck? What's going on here? Do I need to not pay no rent? Because I would love to do that. Not pay no rent and put all the money that I'm making in my pocket and keeping it in my pocket. Boy. But I'm pretty sure if you've seen all the photos and everything that I just showed you guys, it's people that's living in the spot that I'm living in that's supposed to be done moved out and haven't moved out yet, or they done moved out and not paying no rent. Like I said, I want it to the point where I don't want to pay no rent. Shoot, who wants to pay rent? Nobody wants to pay rent. Because like I said, rent and living in the actual house or having a mortgage is expensive. It's a lot. Well, you gotta have 3 jobs. 3 jobs. First job is in order to maintain for you to have food up in the house. Just to have groceries. Second job is in order to pay your rent or your mortgage. Like, well, damn. Third job is where you better have you some fun. Made it to the end of the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, because part 3 is getting ready to come. We out this thing, baby. Stay tuned for part 3.